Welcome back to Jessie at Home. In today's video, I am tackling my outdoor kitchen. We just bought this house in April, and I've been wanting to tackle this space ever since we moved in, and it's definitely the time because we are hopefully going to get our swimming pool done very, very soon, and we're going to be using this area a lot. I already did a video a couple weeks ago where I seriously deep cleaned this area, so I will link that up in the iCards because it's some super satisfying cleaning motivation for you. And we are going to take this space from drab to fab in this video. So that's kind of like a part one. This is kind of the part two. We went ahead and switched out the old lights, the yellow lights, for these new can lights. These are the same ones that we used in my living room makeover. And we were just going to take down this fan and put up the fan that was in my living room out here because it fits so much better. It is one of those big leaf fans, and it looks so good in this area because this is, I call this area the cabana, the outdoor kitchen. But you're gonna see us do a bunch of like little tweaks like that. My husband is gonna build a retaining wall. I'm gonna be painting every square inch of this space. So sit back and hopefully you will enjoy this amazing transformation.
I might go too fast. I don't care about those limits, 'cause I want this to last like nothing ever lasts before. I might go too fast. Suddenly I feel so rich, but I don't know a thing. Oh, I can't let this slip, no. I gotta seize the moment. Have you even noticed? Are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me? I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you.
We had noticed that water was starting to damage the bottom of this bar, so we installed this rubber baseboard, and I just color matched the paint to make it all kind of flow together. They only had a couple options: brown, that blue gray, or white. So I picked the blue gray just because I knew I wanted a darker color on the bottom, and it's so funny because it kind of matches my deck already. But I used the color Crucible from Valspar. I know I've said I love using bare paint, but Valspar, Lowe's, that's where we picked up the rubber baseboard. So we were there already, and I already like using the Sherwin-Williams, and this has water beading technology. It's supposed to be really good with like not absorbing any water, which is what I was really, really worried.
I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you. 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 'Cause I've been thinking about you. 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 I've been I've been thinking about you. I know we just met, but it feels like I know you. We love the same things. You want a house in Malibu. Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me? I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. skin next to mine.
So while I was busy painting, my husband was working on the water issue. We decided to use some stones that we had removed from the front of the house. We had this big giant non-working fountain that was like crumbling. The top piece was totally crumbled, and we just decided to disassemble it and get rid of it. So all of those stones bordering this fountain we're reusing for our retaining wall, and all of the rocks that are in this area we are going to move around and replenish our rock beds around the pool and things like that. So we're going to be reusing a lot of this except for the actual fountain. The little froggy that we are using by our pond also came from this area as well, but we are just going to end up flattening that out front and just creating just grass in the front of the house. But I'm super happy because these pavers are not cheap. So for us to be able to work on the water issue with using products, or reusing products that we already had at our house, makes me very, very happy.
We had everything we needed. You put me aside and turn out the lights for no reason. Was it a make believe? Something you never needed. What was it all for? I don't know you anymore. We go back, we go back, we go back, we colliding. Losing track, even God knows I'm trying. Dangerous, selfish ways to love me more these days. We go back, we go back, we go back, we colliding. We go back, we go back, we go back, we're colliding. Losing track, even God knows I'm trying. Was it all make believe? Something you never needed? Or was it a thought? I don't know yet anymore. We go back, we go back, we go back, we colliding. Hey. Losing track, even God knows I'm trying. Dangerous, selfish ways to love me more these days. We go back, we go back, we go back, we colliding. My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening?
I have drawn up some plans to totally redo the shelving in here, and I'm going to add some like little lights under there so you can kind of see what you're grabbing for. But this is going to be much more organized and look much better in the future. That's going to be phase 2 of this renovation. Our friend was borrowing our saw. I had already drawn it up and was telling my husband about it. He's like, well, it's not happening this weekend, so it'll have to happen in the future. Let me know if you'd like to see updates to this area after we're all done as well, and I will share with you, little things, the evolution of this cabana. We are also getting a under cabinet refrigerator for out here. It's on its way. We haven't gotten it yet, so we'll be installing that as well. So the under cabinet area in here is going to look a heck of a lot better later, but for right now I'm just going to throw some paint.
All of these years, I've been listening. All you also know, do you still pretend? We felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be forever young, but now I know we can't keep floating, we have to fall. This is the beat of broken hearts, is it all lost? We can't go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. we should know better. We can go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast. We can go on again, 'cause you seem like you want it bad. My head is spinning off the edge, and I'm giving in way too fast, way too fast.
Yeah, I'm restless, so give me something to do.
So that was the end of day one. It was a very hot, very exhausting day. And I said to myself at the end of this, I said, you know, tomorrow is going to be a lot easier than today. I have a lot less white to paint than I did the gray. The gray just went on so easily. It was a joy to work with. The white, on the other hand, maybe I should have gotten a better, like, upgraded paint as well, because I did 3 coats. I'm only going to show you guys one. I did 3 coats, but honestly, it could stand to have another coat, but sometimes you have to walk away and say it's good enough. So this is what I used for the white. I did not prime. It did say paint and prime, but y'all know the paint and primes are usually liars, and I am painting over stained wood, but the stain has kind of rubbed off in some areas. So it is the type of wood that I am painting, and I did choose white. I wanted the top to be light and bright, so maybe I should have picked a light gray or something. Maybe I just picked white. Was probably the worst color I could have chosen, but I'm going with it.
Yeah, I'm going all night, I don't need to stop. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that bass drop dance. It's all I wanna do right now. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. 'Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shotty.
It was extremely hot this day. Like, this was a miserable day. I'm not gonna lie. I was exhausted by the end of it. I was so tired. And I just picked a white off the shelf paint and exterior paint in satin. I also did satin in the gray below. You always want to pick a exterior paint with some sort of sheen, semi-gloss, gloss, satin, something that is scrubbable, because you know it is outside and you're gonna want to be able to These doors were so hard to paint. I was dying by the end of it. The sun was so hot, the paint was getting really goopy, and I was just honestly tired, and I was thinking to myself, what have I done? Why did I decide to do this in the hottest time of the year? It was awful. But I kept pushing myself saying, this is going to be worth it. This is going to be worth it. This is going to be worth it.
Not used to this. I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation. Not used to this, no I'm not. But better let myself give in to love, believe in us, no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not. It was like if we were to waste these moments, the like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud, I get scared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not used to this, not prepared. Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments, the like poets to me. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're 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 getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain.
I wanna run away, wanna make mistakes now. 'Cause I don't wanna stay, wanna live my own life. Wanna feel passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down. Wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too offended, I have to leave. There's nothing in for me, no, I'm not fitting in. I've packed my things to go.
Today is the last day. I'm super excited. My husband is replacing the latch and the little handles to make sure they get back in their proper place. But after this, I'm going to clean and decorate and get this space looking super cozy. I am seriously obsessed with the way it turned out. Like I said, we're going to be putting a refrigerator in that void next to the grill and redoing the shelving underneath at some point, but for right now we are going to put the finishing touches and decorate, and I am super excited. It's super bright out, so I apologize if some of the images look super washed out, but I'm using the Method all-purpose spray in the lime and sea salt, and it smells so tropical and so beachy. It just put me in the mood for this cabana. Can't wait for the pool to get done, and we have we have the allowed amount of friends and family over to enjoy this beautiful backyard. That's one of the reasons why we like this house, is because we love hosting, and I knew that this was going to be a great space for our friends and family to come over and hang out with us. My grandmother had a in-ground pool, and she was famous for her 4th of July parties and any party really during the summer. And just the backyard would be filled with people, and it was a lot of fun. And even though she's no longer with us, I kind of want to pick up that tradition of just having everyone over to enjoy each other's company, and I love being the place where everyone wants to come and hang out. We actually picked up this driftwood on one of our boating adventures a couple years ago. That barbecue is from Target Dollar Spot. I picked up this little shell wreath, which is upside down, from Home Goods for $16.99. My sister gave me this little towel rack. If you feed them, they will come. I think I got that from Big Lots one year. Of course, I have my Ray Dunn and my Mrs. Myers. This little menu board is actually from the Target Dollar Spot this year. I thought it would be really cute out here. And this little barbecue was $3 from the Target Dollar Spot as well. And I'm just trying to figure out where to put this wreath. I found it, I really liked it, and then I had trouble figuring out where exactly I was going to put it. And I love having my little herb garden right there by the kitchen window. And I know this looks odd, but I end up moving that sign over because when you stand in front of it, you can't see it for the fan. So I'm going to figure out something to put in that spot, but right now I moved it over so that you could actually see what it says instead of it having it hide behind the fan.
I would do just to get close to you. There's something about the way you move, and I try to follow you. And I know that it's hard, but stay with me tonight. 'Cause when you fall apart, you know I will be around in sunlight or in the night. I'll make it worth your while.
These chairs were on my front porch at my last house, and the little plant stand is from my mother-in-law, and the pillows I think are from Sam's Club like a couple years ago.
Make it worth your while. In sunlight or in the night, I'll make it worth your while. We won't hide in the crowd. Just stay with me and I'll make it worth your while. Make it worth your while.
So since I had everything all decorated and set up, I said we're gonna have lunch out here. So I decided to make some lemonade and grill some burgers on the grill. Invited my husband out to have some lunch with me. And he was complaining that the chairs that I had bought from Lowe's on clearance were too short, and he was right. They said that they were bar height, but they were more like counter height. So he went in and got the chairs from our kitchen, and they worked out much better out here. You know, like the real life, like, you know, sometimes you make mistakes. I could have sworn that the chairs that I had bought were bar height, like that. I remember looking at the specs, I remember doing everything, but sometimes things just don't go your way. But we still enjoyed eating our lunch out in our beautiful new cabana. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I love doing room makeovers, and we just bought this house in April, so we have plenty to do here. If you want to see that pool transformation, hit that like button, and leave a comment below, because that is coming, I hope, very soon. We gotta order some parts, still waiting on the parts, but that's coming up super soon. I hope everyone has a great Tuesday, and I will see you later this week.
I know what I want, know that I care, nothing can change that. Talk to me, babe, fall for me, babe, need you to hear me.